Hey everyone, welcome to the first practice lesson. The idea is that on each section we have a practice lesson where we can put into work with everything that we have learned so far. So right now, here's the first practice of the course. For this practice, you will find on the course section, you will find every file that I'm going to use, and every file will be renamed accordingly to the section that it belongs to. So right now, let's go to Illustrator, where I have these nice vector files that you can find on Freepik, and you can see we have a snail, we have a tiger, we have a turtle, and we have a rabbit or a hare. So the idea is to create a simple animation where these four animals go from point A to point B on different speeds. Of course, the tiger should be the one who goes faster. If you have watched Animal Planet, you can see that they are really fast, and the turtle and the snails will be really slow. The snail is even slower than the turtle. So the idea is that we create some animation with these four animals where we use the motion path and we use the keyframes. So first, I'm going to save this file properly to use on After Effects. Remember that I told you how to do that. First, let's put these animals here on the left. We can align them to the far left, and you can see that they are all a group. So all we need to do is to take them all and go to the layers and select release to layers sequence. When we do that, each of these animals will be a different layer. We can delete this empty layer and we can rename the layers if we want. Let's call this rabbit, snail, turtle, and tiger. So now it's time to save this file. I'm going to save this as practice 1 file section 1. Click on save, click OK here, and now let's go to After Effects. Here on After Effects, let's create a new composition. Remember how to do that? It's very easy. Just go to Composition, New Composition, and let's select any kind of composition. This could work HDTV 1080 with this size, and let's set it to it could be 25 seconds, and we can shorten it later. Make sure the background color is on white. Click OK, and now we have a new composition. Now right click on this panel, the project panel, go to Import, File, and let's grab our practice 1 file. Now on this window, import kind, make sure it's on composition. Click OK, and now we have our file. We have the layers here on this folder, practice 1 file, section 1 layers. We have the 4 animals and we have the composition. If we drop the composition here, this is what we're going to get. But of course, as it is a composition, we can move them independently, but all in one. If we want to move them, we have to open here, double click on the practice composition, and now we have all of our animals. So for now, it's easier if we just take these layers here. Let's close this and remove the composition, and just grab all these animals and bring them here. Now press the S key on your keyboard to open the scale properties. Alright, now let's make them a lot bigger. Could be around 115. If you take them all and select them all and you change one of the scale properties, it will change all of them because they are all selected. If you just take one, of course you will change the scale only on the one that you selected. Alright, now let's place them where they go. Let's separate them. Alright. Now I want to align them all, so I'm going to select them all and go to the align window. If you don't have that window, just go to window and select align, and this works like on Photoshop or Illustrator. Select horizontal left alignment, and now they are all aligned to the left. Alright, now I want all these animals to go from this point to this point right here, but on different moments. So for now, let's just grab these animals and press the P on your keyboard to open the position property. You can see the position property here. And now remember that everything that has a stopwatch can be animated. As long as it has a stopwatch, it can be animated, because the stopwatch is the one that creates the keyframes. So we're going to click on this stopwatch, and as they are all selected, if we hit on one of these stopwatch, it will create a keyframe for all of the layers that we just selected. Now let's zoom in here with this icon on the timeline so that we can work properly. And now let's go to the first second, or the second number 2 maybe, and now we're going to take all of these animals and bring them here to this point. Now we just created an animation because we have two keyframes. The first keyframe with this position settings and the second keyframe with this position settings. You can see, if you take a look at the position here on the properties, you can see how it changes. And we just created an animation. If we hit play, to hit play, remember that you can press play here or simply press your space bar. Alright. Now we need to fix the moment that they all arrive here, because of course the tiger should be really quick and the snail, the turtle, should be really slow. So first let's change these keyframes, the final keyframes. They right now, if you hit play, you can see that they just stop there and with no smooth transition. So I want these keyframes to be easy ease. So let's right click on these keyframes, go to keyframe assistant and select easy ease, or you can select them and press F9, but I think it's easier to go here, easy ease, and easy ease. Let me stop here a second. You can see if we take them all, you can see that they all have the easy ease option on the keyframe, but the turtle. And you can see on the motion path, you can see that all of the ones that has the easy ease option, the motion path changes because on the final part there are a lot more keyframes, so that's why it's smoother. Let's hit play so that you can see how they all arrive. You can see they are all so much smoother than the turtle. The turtle just gets there. And the other three animals, they go fast and they get slower. So let's make this final and easy is also. Okay, now right now it's like this. If we want to make the tiger faster than the other animals, we have to go to the tiger and make this keyframe closer to the first keyframe so that it takes longer to get it from point A to point B. So let's make it maybe like half a second. No, that's too much. A little more, and he gets there really fast. Now the second fastest should be the rabbit. The rabbit can arrive almost here, a second and a half maybe. The turtle should be the one slower, and the snail should be really slow, like 4 seconds slower. So let's hit play, and you can see how the tiger arrives, then the rabbit, then the turtle, and finally the snail. They all arrive to the same point. Here they are on the same exact point, but they all arrive on different times. So you can see that it's pretty easy to work with the keyframes and exporting files from Illustrator to After Effects. You can see that this is a really easy thing to accomplish. Just remember that on Illustrator the layers have to be separated. We can just import a file with one layer. If we want them all separated, we need to separate them all in layers. Now if we take a closer look to the animals, you can see that they are really bad looking here on the edges. That's because we haven't clicked on the forecomp layer. So let's grab all of them. You can close this now and click on this icon, and they will look so much better. You can see the difference. Remember to do this whenever we are working with vector files. Now that's it for the practice. Congratulations, you just created your first simple animation on After Effects. So let's go to the second section where we will learn a lot of things.